commercial.
Yeah, they say this commercial promotes sex between students and their instructors. Is it an ad? It's an ad of all things. It's for hamburgers. It's for hamburgers. It's Hardee's. I bet you've seen this ad.
It's Hardee's flat buns hamburgers.
Yeah, you've seen it.
I'm insulted too now.
It was once believed that the world was not round,
Just the buns.
but flat.
That's flat.
Okay, class.
Well, I like them really hot, I like them really flat, I like them looking just like a pancake stack. About behind me, got no hiney, I call you your highness. In anatomy class, you got a butt minus. Flatter makes a better rear. Stand sideways, girl, you disappear. Flat buns, I like flat buns. I like the flat ones.
The patty melt on flat buns, only at Hardee's.
Not amused.
Okay, Joining us now is the president of the Tennessee Education Association, Dr. Earl Wyman. We also have Tennessee's Teacher of the Year. Her name's Suzanne Frenchly.
Suzanne.
She's joining us today. Not too happy about this. We have marketing expert Audrey Gusky.
And from St. Louis, president and CEO of CKE Restaurants. Yes, it's the parent company of Hardee's. There's the man right there, Andrew Puzder.
Hi, Andrew.
Suzanne, the look on your face when we ran that commercial, Teacher of the Year, you were not amused at all.
Not at all.
No, but we're all laughing here. I mean, we're having a good time with this. Why can't you have a good time with that commercial?
It presents a very, very negative image of the classroom and of teachers and of students. Teachers do not spend their day entertaining their students
That's the
using
idea.
sexuality and sensuality.
That's what makes it funny, though. Well, we know teachers don't do that.
We know teachers don't do that. And we know that students are in the classroom, they want to learn. They're not acting out and rapping. And I mean, we do that sometimes in a context that's appropriate to learning.
You may be arguing the other side here. We agree with you. That doesn't happen in the classroom. That's what makes it funny.
That's correct.
Andrew? Andrew?
It's your fault.
I remember the famous Hardee's commercial with, I believe it was Paris Hilton riding on a car. That got a lot of attention, a lot of critical comments about it, but it was a very effective commercial in that it got a lot of attention for Hardee's. Explain the concept behind this commercial, or the goal behind this this commercial, this latest one.
Well, our demographic, the group that we advertise to, are 18 to 34-year-old males, what we call young, hungry guys. And what we try and do with our ads is reach and communicate with that group of people. Now, we don't do ads that intentionally offend people, but we need to be on the edge with our advertising, because you've got McDonald's spends about $800 million a year on advertising. Burger King and Wendy's each spend about $400 million. We spend about $125 million a year with Hardee's and about $50 million a year with Carl. So we can't do, I'm loving it, you're loving it, they're loving it. You know, by the end of the day, you heard it so much you think maybe you are loving it. We need to have an ad that really something you'll walk away, that you'll remember, and that communicates with that with that young, hungry guy.
Suzanne, does that help you at all?
I think those are excuses. I mean,
Doctor, what's your feeling about this?
Well, I think what it's condoning, it not only encourages, but it condones and encourages inappropriate relationships between teachers and students.
How does it condone it, though? Because I mean, with all due respect, and I understand teachers, I understand that you would be slightly offended by it, but or maybe a lot offended by it. Seriously
really offended about
mortified. But I'm watching it, and I'm not even really paying attention to the teacher-student. I'm just listening to the words and, you know, flat hiney and stuff like that. And it's I think I'm laughing at it. I'm thinking this is hot for teacher video from Van Halen back, you know, from 20 years ago.
And I think if you were a teacher or a student, you'd see it entirely differently.
Explain.
Because what we're saying essentially is, it's making school a joke. You know, the message is school's a joke. The teacher's there to entertain you, and that's not what the purpose of education is. The purpose of education is to create a workforce that can work in this country and can do what they need to do in order to do well.
So it just makes your job harder?
It not only makes it harder, but it's demeaning to our teachers. And we think not only is it demeaning to our teachers, but we find it offensive. You know, we all know in this country that sex sells, but is it appropriate? Is it responsible? And we're saying it's not.
Audrey, what do you think, though, as far as a marketing campaign or marketing tool?
Well, they absolutely have to do this. It's a fabulous marketing tool because they are small fries in the big burger wars. And so what they really have to do is go after their target market, which is hungry men, as
But they don't
say.
have to do that.
That's who they've chosen to do. That's their niche, and
Yes.
it works very well. So that what they've done is created beer commercials selling burgers. And they're not selling American values, they're selling burgers. And so it works, sex sells, and as a result, they've been very successful. The Paris
Andrew,
Hilton one was very
did
successful.
your company think about this and go, okay, guys, you know, this is going to be offensive to teachers, and it's not going to help them in their chosen profession. It's going to make it more difficult in the classroom. Okay, scrap the idea for the commercial.
You know, I've got 6 kids myself, and I'm not in the business of demeaning or insulting the people that educated my older kids or that are educating my younger kids now. This was intended to be a light and humorous parody of a rap song. It was not intended to insult teachers in any way, and in fact, you know, we didn't think people would take it literally. We don't expect teachers to jump up on the table and dance. We don't expect, you know, rap songs to break out in the classroom.
And also, I've never seen a teacher look like that.
No, you know,
With the tight
exactly right.
skirts and the, I don't know if they'd be led into the classroom wearing that outfit.
You know, if the ad had, you know, to answer your question, if the ad had, you know, if the teacher and the students were kissing or touching or holding hands, or if the teacher was up there throwing her clothes up, I would not have approved this ad. That would not have been an appropriate ad to run. I think again, you shouldn't, this is not an ad that's meant to be taken literally. It's meant to be a parody of these rap songs that people do. It's not, you know,
taken literally. It
By
is.
some,
Well,
it
it
is.
By some it is.
You know, I'm sorry, Doctor. I let you speak. I didn't interrupt
All right,
you.
just go ahead. Let him finish his.
Andrew, you finish up.
Yeah, I say it was not meant to be taken literally. It was meant to be humorous. Now, people may take it seriously, and we're very sorry the teachers are offended by this. That was not the intent of the ad. The ad was intended to be light, airy. It was not intended to be taken literally, and I'm sorry that it was.
So, Andrew, are you pledging today to take the commercial off the air?
Well, in Hardee's,
you know, in
Tennessee.
Take
in
the
Tennessee,
ad and
we're-
support teaching and learning.
In Tennessee, where this ad runs for Hardee's, which is the I assume what we're here to talk about today. The ad runs its course in about 48 hours, so it's not. Yeah, you know, I really wish the doctor had called me instead of issuing a press release when he had a problem with this, because we could have had during that 2-week. No, well, I never got a call.
Well,
during that 2-week period, we could have talked about what to do with the ad. A press release didn't accomplish that, but the ad comes off shortly in any event. So
Is
again,
it working,
we're
Andrew?
sorry that it offended anybody.
Are you selling flat bun hamburgers?
We are selling flat bun hamburgers, yes.
And we are a YouTube society, and so as a result, you know, these types of things get the controversy going, get us generating, get us excited, and obviously we're talking about it today, which is the visibility and the PR that they wanted to get, so it worked for them.
Doctor and Suzanne, the thought that maybe had you just let it go and been quiet about it, it wouldn't have received so much attention. Did that ever occur to you?
I think it's really important for us to set a context for our children. Our children see this ad, and when they see it, she may not take her clothes off, but there is a picture of her drawing of her nude on the board that the students are manipulating. So the relationship is implied. And so I don't want children to see this and not have some conversation about the fact that's not real.
It would make it more difficult in the classroom.
But see, I
I'm
feel
not a
like,
teacher.
I don't know, maybe I'm just being naive about this. I just feel like teachers go in, they're respectful, they wear decent clothes, they don't wear the little sex get-ups that this woman is wearing. I mean, I just think it's such an extreme that it's clearly a parody.
I think we need a reality check here, because if you look at the teacher, she doesn't look like a typical teacher, and the students are significantly older.
And there are beautiful teachers out there that, I mean, I'm sure young boys are dreaming about, but they're not, you know, they're not getting up on tables, and we all
But this is
understand.
promoting that fantasy. I mean, this advertisement encourages young people to go into the classroom and think about these kinds of things instead of focusing on what's really important.
You know what? We have a teacher in the audience. Where do you live?
Yeah. Manorville, New York.
Yeah. What do you think of the commercial?
You know, the Hardees sent the message out loud and clear. What they wanted to accomplish, they accomplished.
No question.
Not thinking of anyone else but themselves. It's hard enough, and I just want to clarify this. I'm not a teacher. I'm an occupational therapist who's worked in the school system for a number of years. Our job is difficult. We're trying to make the kids engaged, interested in the subject, not in that way.
There you
That
go.
makes our job more difficult, and I have teenagers.
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
You know,
I don't
so-
know what.
Do you folks feel like that this is going to get into the minds of kids watching these commercials? Do you think it's going to affect kids who are watching these commercials? Sure. Do you?
Should it be taken off the air?
Yeah.
Okay. Should it not be taken off the air? Should be. Oh, should be. Boy, we got a lot of people on your side here.
We like you.
Suzanne, Teacher of the Year. Thank you all very much for being
Thank you,
here.
Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.
To weigh on
Sure,
this
we
topic-
can expect more from Hardee.
I bet a lot of you out there are talking about the flat bun hamburger controversy, and you can give us your comments at mnjshow.com.
Yeah, let us know if you agree with me, if you agree with these guys.
What about the
90
flat bun
seconds.
people?
I'm offended because I have
I'm outraged.